Hey guys, it is 1 million degrees and of course our AC is not working, so it's as hot in the house as it is outside, so I decided just come out to the garage and make something. I'm gonna make some wall art for our guest bathroom that I'm wrapping up. There's just this one little spot that needed something, so here's what I'm making. Alright, I know it looks scary, but this is my plan. I'm using just a piece of scrap plywood that we had. Then I went and got some shims, and I've kind of laid them out. Just wanted to kind of get a look at what it was gonna look like. I'm basically just gonna do a big like arrow pattern, I guess you would say. It'll be cut in the middle here, so instead of overlapping those, that'll be a straight line there in the middle. But I'm gonna cut them all down with my miter saw, get them glued on, and then do something fun for like stain and color, so stay tuned. Alright guys, I am going to show you how to cut these angles kind of the easy way. So I decided to go with 45s just to make the math easy, and you don't really have to do any math, but you're going to want one of these squares to make your life easier. I have two, but best way to do this is just to put your 45 on the edge here, and then take your shim, and you want to bring it all the way, line it up against here, bring it all the way so it overhangs over here, and then take your pencil and just mark where that, make sure I'm holding everything, just mark where that is, and then come over here, and I have the middle line drawn right here as you can see, and I'm just going to make a quick mark where that is. It's going to go over to that corner, then I can bring this over and fill in this little line. And then I kind of have a guide to where I want my angles to go. And of course I just set my miter saw to 45 degrees and then cut on that line. Logan used the multi-tool to do this. This is the one we have. If you don't have a multi-tool, you could probably use a circular saw or a Dremel. But for the ones that were just barely overhanging, I used the Orbital sander. It probably only took me 5 minutes with like an 80 grit sandpaper, so that's an option as well. Or you could just cut them down to the right size, be a little more particular when you're making your cuts. But something I wanted to point out is that none of these are lifting up, none of them popped off. And remember, these are just glued down. So even with the multi-tool and the Orbital sander, like none of these are breaking off. So this glue is super strong. Coming along though. Now I'm gonna work on the frame. Alright guys, here is my dry brush method that I'm doing. So you can see I stained the furring strips with the same stain that I used on the wood shims, so that they weren't as light, and now I'm going over them with white chalk paint, and I'm doing like a dry brush technique. So I'll kind of show you on this side. So I'm just using a big paintbrush. This is like a 2.5 inch. I want to get a little bit of paint. I'm just using, here, I'll move it so you can see it. I'm using this paint, Rust-Oleum chalked, linen white. Then you want to have some paper towels. You just want to blot off the excess paint and then just kind of brush it on. You don't want to brush it too hard. You want some of the wood tones exposed underneath. And you can always try to get more paint off your paper towel. You want to kind of layer it on. And then afterwards, while it's drying, immediately you can just take another paper towel and just kind of rub it over it to get any excess paint off. And there you go. You can kind of see the lighting's not very good right now, but it's very like beachy looking. So I'm gonna finish this and then get the frame on.